Today, the 17th of Elul, corresponding to Tov Elul, the day before the 18th Chai Elul. Let me take a moment and reflect on what Chai, the 18th of Elul, is. An extremely important day for every single Jew today. And let me read to you the beautiful words written by Yankee Tauber, who explains it in a most succinct yet beautiful way. Starting with the story of the Chassid Rabbi Chemya of Dubrovna. Once recalled witnessing a Russian soldier being disciplined by his commander. What happened was, while standing watch in a frigid winter night, he froze. He froze in his boots and fainted. The commander reprimanded him and told him, if you would have remembered the oath you took to serve the Tsar, the memory alone will have kept you warm. For 25 years, said Rabbi Chemya, this incident inspired my service of the Almighty, remembering the oath, remembering the commitment to keep me alive and to keep me warm. How do we define life? Yet it is very easy to recognize. Something that is alive is warm, vibrant, ebullient. Something cold, apathy, lethargy are symptoms of deadness. Even if the afflicted person or community is technically alive, he is only acting, but it is lacking the life and the vibrancy, the vitality, which should be seen and should be felt in every single act. 3 centuries ago, Jewish life in Eastern Europe was in a lethargic slump. Massacres, persecution has devastated the Jewish community in both body and spirit. The harsh conditions which dictated that all but a privileged few were forced to abandon the studies at a young age to help bear the burden of earning a livelihood. Little children were uprooted from the cheder and into the workforce, so to assure the meager little piece of bread for the families, which this caused to cut off the masses from Torah, the lifeblood of Jewish awareness and self-knowledge. The scholarly elite, they kept aloof from the unlettered brethren and regarded them with contempt, unfortunately. So technically, Judaism was alive. Jewish community went through the motions. They put on tefillin each day. They went to prayers 3 times a day. They observed Shabbat. They light the Shabbos candles. They observed the dietary laws, the laws of kashrus, laws of tarat hamishpacha. But the spark of life was growing cold. Then, on the 18th day of the month of Elul in the year 5458 since creation, corresponding to the year of 1698, a little child, Yisrael, was born. 36 years later, now Rabbi Yisrael Bar Shem Tov, on the 18th of Elul, was told by his teacher Achia Shaloni, the prophet Achia Shaloni, telling him, it is the time for you now to reveal yourself and start disseminate your teachings. With no choice, Bar Shem Tov started doing this. And he started to travel, and he started to disseminate his message, which was of the immense love that God has for every single Jew, irrelevant of his level of knowledge, of the cosmic significance of every mitzvah a Jew performs, of the divine meaningfulness that resides in every blade of grass, in every event, in every thought in the universe. He spoke to the downtrodden masses as well as to the aloof scholars. He gave meaning to their existence and joy, and thus life. 47 years later, the Alter Rebbe, the Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, was born, and he considered himself actually a grandchild of the Baal Shem Tov, a spiritual grandchild, and he furthered that message. So today, Chai Elul, Chai, which means life, which corresponds to the letter 18, to the number 18, it is the time for us to allow that life to permeate us, This is the time where, as the Rebbe teaches, that Chai Elul infuses life into the work of Elul, into our divine service of Elul, the month where God shows so much compassion, and the month that we can approach God from any level we're at. Share with you a beautiful little saying of the Gerer Rebbe. When the Rebbe came out with his powerful Mashiach campaign, the Gerer Rebbe said, the Rebbe didn't invent Mashiach. He didn't create something new. No different that the Baal Shem Tov didn't create new life. He just infused life in the existent cold masses. So the Gerer Rebbe said, the Rebbe took Mashiach out of the freezer, gave it a new life, new vitality. And with this vitality, with this Chai Elul, with our commitment, we will merit to hear the shofar of Mashiach imminently.